All right, hello everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to do in the round, and this would be used for if you were going to make a hat, if you were going to make any critter or stuffed animal. All of these start with that process in the round. So I do also have a paper clip. You can use a twist tie. You can even take like a little bit of yarn and clip it off and use that. You're going to need something called a stitch marker. So what I'm going to do first is, just like we start off the other chains, so I'm going to wrap it around my fingers like this. I'm going to grab my yarn through here. All right, and there's my first chain, and you're going to chain 2. All right, so there's 2. So what we are going to do now is, in this one right here, that hole, because we're already in this one, we are going to make 6 single stitches. So I'm going to go through the hole there, okay, holding it with my thumb, and bring it through the chain. All right, and here is 1 stitch. Go back through that same hole, 2 stitches, same hole again, 3, 4, it's making a round, 5, and 6. All right, so here are our stitches. So because I kind of went in the round, you can see these are on the side, these went upright. They'll all turn once we start stitching. So what we're going to do now is we're going to increase a little bit each row. So I'm going to do 2 in each stitch. So for me, this first row is very easy to count because I'm going to have 12 stitches. So 2 stitches in each single stitch, and the first row is a little bit difficult just to get through, just because they're turned on their side. So I'm going to do 2 in 1 here. 1, 2. All right, and then I move to the next one, do 2 in there, and I go 3, 4, 2 in the next one, 5, 6, 2 in here, 7, 8, 2 in the next one, 9, 10, and this is my last one because there's going to be 2 in there, 11, 12. All right, so I know that I did 2 in each stitch because I started with 6. 6 times 2 is 12, so I've reached the 12th stitch. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper clip here and I'm going to use it as a stitch marker. So I'm going to put that right in this last stitch that I just came in, all right? Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 in the first stitch, 1 in the next one, 2, 1. All right, I'm going to do that all the way around until I get to this last stitch. When I get to this last stitch where my stitch marker is, I should end with a single stitch in there. All right, so here I'm going to do 1, 2 in that same stitch, and now 1 in this stitch. Now I do 2 in this stitch, 1, 2, and I do 1 in this stitch, 1. Next stitch is 2, 1, 2. Next stitch is 1. This is why we need the stitch marker. It's kind of hard to count. 2 in this one, 1, 2, 1 in this one here, 2 in this one here, 1, 2, 1 in this one here. All right, and I know I did it right because I have 2 stitches left, so 2 in this one, 1 in this one. 1, 2, and last one, I just kind of move my stitch marker off to the side here, and I do 1 in here. So now every row, I'm just going to move my stitch marker up to this last stitch that I just finished, right there, and every row now, you're going to increase the amount of singles in between. So in this one here, the first stitch, I'm going to put 2 in here, but then I'm going to do 1, 1. Okay, so I'm increasing the amount of stitches in between the 2 and 1. All right, if you don't do that, you won't have a nice flat circle. Like I have a nice flat circle here. If you just do singles all the way around, that's when you start making your hat, and it starts making kind of a bowl shape. Okay, so this next row, so every row, you're going to increase the amount of stitches in between your doubles here. So this one, I'm going to put 2 in the first one, 1, 2, and then I'm going to put 1 in here, 1, 1 in here. All right, so that's 2 singles. So 1, 2 in the first stitch, and then single, single. All right, so I'm moving all the way around. So 2 in this first one here, 1, 2, so 2 stitches in that one stitch, and then a single and a single. 2 in this first one here, 1, 2, and then single, and the next one single. 2 in this first one here, 1, 2, single, single. And then the same thing as the first one, 2 here, 1, 1. And I did it correctly because I'm ending on my stitch marker on a single stitch. So 1, 2, single, and single. All right, so I take my stitch marker out, I put it in my last stitch that I just finished, and now I'm going to make my next row increase. So I'm going to put 2 in here, and then I'm going to have 3 singles in between. So the first row was 6 stitches. Then there was 2 in one that made it 12 stitches. Then it was 2 in the first one, 1 in between, that was 18 stitches. Then we just did 2 in the first one and then 2 singles. Now we're going to do 2 in this first one, and we're going to do 3 singles. So 1, 2, 3 stitches. All right, 2 in this first one, 1, 2, 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. And you can see it's getting a little bigger. So I put 2 in this first one here, 1, 2, and then I have 3 in between. 1, 2, and 3. All right, 2 in the next one, 1, 2, 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. All right, coming back around, we have 2 in the first one, 1, 2, and then we have 3 singles, 1, 2, 3, and then we did it right because we have 2 in here, and we have 1, 2, 3. We end on our stitch marker. So 2 in this first one, 1, 2, single, single, and single. All right, and that's how you increase your circle.